It is 2:32 p.m. Sunday, April 28th, 2024. Yeah, I got home from work last night before the storm rolled in. I drove the truck on Saturday, as I've been doing. The driver's side window has issues, so it is held in place with wooden shims, and it's either all the way down or all the way up. If I put it at a slight opening for a cigarette to be able to be flicked out, ash through the little opening, the bumping of the truck as it drives will cause the thing to work its way slowly down. So glad I got home before it rained, got everything situated the way it needs to be, and got inside, got the cats fed. Decided that since there was going to be a bunch of rain rolling in, it would be a good time to get that brush fire in the fire ring. And so I did that. Got it burned down, shot footage of it. There's a large video that'll be coming up as I get into town later on. And because I didn't have to be anywhere until 5:30 this afternoon, I didn't really get to bed early or anything. It was pushing 5 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go lay down. Then playing video games, watching videos, playing with cats. And so I went to the front room, and I noticed that there was water on the floor. And so hooked up the shop vac, sucked up a bunch of water. The video I uploaded with the SMFH, was at 5:16. That was the second filling of the shop vac after 5 o'clock. And then I situated a bunch of sheets and towels and set the vacuum going with a fresh vac. It was like number 3, by the way. I set the alarm for, I believe it was an hour and a half. And I laid down and went to sleep and woke up and noticed that the vacuum wasn't running. So I ran out, emptied the vacuum of number 3, started it again for number 4, filled that, emptied it, started number 5, and had a cigarette, and then laid back down for about half an hour with an alarm. Got back up because I noticed the vacuum was still running, but the alarm had gone off, and I checked it. It was almost full. So I emptied it, started number 6. Went back and laid down for another half hour. Did this, I think, 3 or 4 more times. I kind of lost track. It's foxhole sleep. So I'm physically rested. Mentally, I'm not. I'm not going to be until I get off of work tonight and go to bed whenever it is that I get to sleep. And I'm fine with this. I will deal with it. But that is what the situation is at this moment. This is only my first pot of coffee. I've been sipping on it slow since about 1 o'clock when I stopped doing the attempts at getting naps. The vacuum at that point had run for a bit. I'm getting a good hour or longer out of the vacuum before it fills up. So the water is coming in at a reduced rate. Whole ton of towels, blankets, and sheets in the washer getting a rinse and spin right now so that they can be reused for sopping excess water if need be. Basically, I'm going to have to put together a gigantic sop. I've already got the wood blocks that are holding the nozzle of the vacuum hose. I took the extension off that was in the video that I uploaded at the time. That didn't actually work. I've got it at up against the wall, slightly raised on one side from the floor, so it has increased suction, but it only has a small opening, and so it's just pulling the water from across the floor. But I've got the water sopped up and pretty well dried most of the way back from the door, and one of the wood blocks is longer than the others, and it's kind of going to be able to channel most of the water if any more comes in. I don't think it's supposed to rain again until much later, and I don't think it's supposed to rain nearly as much. So this is a matter of ground saturation, not faulty drainage. We got so much rain. I knew this was going to happen. Yesterday when it was like 1 to 2 inches, I was like, fuck, I'm going to be vacuuming water off of my floor. So that's what's going on. I would estimate that I have probably moved 10 or 12 20-gallon shop vacs of water off of my floor already. So 200 plus gallons. Well, wait. Yeah, 200 plus gallons. It occurred to me a little bit ago, kind of the impetus to make this video, how times have changed, that something that was initially an absolute existential crisis has become routine enough to just be a thing that I grit what's left of my teeth and deal with. I'm still going to have to go to work tonight. I'm not going to inconvenience anyone on this, and it looks like, as long as it doesn't surprise rain 3 inches in the next couple of hours, that I will be able to have an empty shop vac set running that may still be going when I get home, or maybe off, but with minimal excess water on the floor. But I'm not going to let it make its way to the cove gap, which itself has got a lot of moisture seepage. That had water in it as well. I could see it about an inch below. I believe there used to be a drain tile connected to a sump, but the sump has been filled in with concrete when they made it into an earth berm. I don't know what happened with the drain tile, but that obviously was inundated as well. If it's still under there, this was an extreme amount of rain. But here I am. This is, again, something that I've now learned to deal with, to the point that it's like, why get upset? I'm going to get some rest. It's going to be wet-ish. The water this time has not got as far as any previous time. Yeah. So anyways, everyone else's Sunday is already going better than mine.